Good evening, everybody. My name is Dino Yankees. I'm President and CEO of our Investments and Development Group at White Lodging Services.
Greg Leatherman, Executive Director of the Redevelopment Commission.
Thank you, gentlemen, for coming. I really would like to acknowledge that as Councilman Tom Didier, late last year when he was Council President, who had brought forward the suggestion to bring you here and have talked to you and hear what you have to say. So please begin your presentation.
Sure. First of all, I guess I want to make sure and thank the city for the continued support and allowing us to be partners with them in developing this hotel. I also want to make it crystal clear that we're committed to getting this project done. In that same breath, you have to understand these are unprecedented times in the finance and lending communities, as probably most of you are aware right now. So, I'm here to report to you that we remain committed to getting this hotel developed and open. It is a very strenuous time in terms of, it's basically a hoard cash mentality right now, not only for developers but for the lenders as well. We've completed the construction drawings. We actually have pulled our construction permits. We have those in hand. We are in dialogue with probably our fourth or fifth different lender as we speak. I want to make it also clear, none of the previous lenders that we spoke with actually gave us a proposal and we said, oh, it's not good enough or it's not the right interest rate or this or that. And also none of them have actually got to the point of saying, well, we don't like Fort Wayne or we don't like the Courtyard by Marriott project. 100% of them were getting to the second inning and saying, we don't know where we stand ourselves. We've been told to put things on hold. We're in an asset preservation mode. We simply don't know how many dollars we're going to have to lend in 2009 until we get our answer from the federal regulators. What we've done in the last probably 60 days with the help of gentlemen like Steve Brody and we certainly have a network of relationships, have really focused more on local lenders, and we generally deal with local lenders, but I mean within the state of Indiana, because that's really what brought this project together. We're an owner-developer of 145 hotels across the country, but 27 of them are here in the state of Indiana, and that had a lot to do with our initial interest in coming to Fort Wayne. That has allowed us to progress as far as we've been with any of these lenders, with a particular lender today, and while we don't have a formal commitment, we're certainly over the 50% mode of feeling comfortable. We're literally working on it diligently here, since the new year, answering questions and the like, and we expect to work through it and hopefully have an answer here in terms of whether they'll actually proceed with financing, providing the construction loan and mini-perm on the project. We expect to have that answer from this lender here within the next 30 days. If we get the answer that they will in fact finance it, we're probably, from the time we say go to our contractor, we're probably looking at about a 60-day time frame to mobilize and move forward. So I'm not suggesting to you that I could report to you that I know we're going to start construction in 90 days, but I think within 30 days we'll know whether this lender is the real deal or not. And if they are, then I would say within 60 days of that, our goal will be to have the shovel in the ground and move forward. Internally, within the four walls of what we can control within our company, the equity is, it's not a deal where we have to go raise the equity. Our equity from our principals is committed and ready and on the, on deck, so to speak, ready to go. I also want to make certain everyone understands we've averaged probably developing and opening somewhere between 10 and 12 hotels a year for the last 20 years, and with this crisis that came about in the late fourth quarter last year, we had about 16 projects that we were moving forward on, and we put all of them on hold. We started 2 or 3 of them that were on the 1 yard line that we were able to complete. This project is the only project out of that 15 that we're trying to get done now because of the environment. So we're committed to getting this done. I'm talking with Steve Brody and and Greg and I are speaking pretty much every couple weeks, and you know, it's our hope that we'll have some real definitive answers for you here within the next 30 days.
Tom, you want you?
I'll let Tim.
Oh, Tim, go first.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming and sharing with us and the citizens. We're very excited about your investment and commitment to the city. Excellent recap of where we're at. I hear that all systems are go for this hotel. Is that right? I mean, we're trying to get the financing. If we get the financing.
Oh, if we get the financing, 100% we're committed to moving forward.
You're not slowing down at all because of the credit crunch. You're just trying to get the financing.
We're trying to get and you got to understand, a market loan today is a lot different than a market loan was, you know, 120 days ago. We're not looking for the perfect loan. We're looking for a loan, and if we get that loan, we are absolutely all systems go and ready to break ground.
If we hadn't had the credit tightening the fourth quarter, ground would have been broken already.
That is correct.
Thanks.
My quick question, basically a statement too, is I reiterate what Tim's saying. I appreciate the commitment that you're making to this. It shows to me, especially, you know, you had 15 other projects. I know there's a lot of speculation with the hotel that you were going to build in Houston. It was a much larger venue than this one is going to be. But from my standpoint, the aspects of the commitment to the city that you're making, I know I appreciate it, and everybody here will appreciate it, especially when the first shovel's in the ground. Now, you said that in 30 days, that's a distinct possibility that's going to happen. I mean, is there, do you foresee, I mean, how comfortable are you with this particular lending in the studio that you think is going to happen?
The current lender, we're the farthest along with this lender. They finance other hotels for us. They're a known commodity to us. Again, they're a well-known bank in northern Indiana, particularly northwest Indiana. So we're the farthest along in dialogue with them than we've been with any of the previous lenders that we've talked with. And when I say 30 days, we're 30 days into it. We went to them basically right before the holidays in mid-December, and you know, we lost the holidays, and they said let's come back the first week of January. So for the last 3 weeks, we've been, you know, our CFO has pretty much been dialoguing with them, not on a weekly basis, pretty much on every other day basis. 99% of that dialogue is not, well, tell us more about the project. They're you know, there's no issues with obviously our ownership entity.
I'm very familiar with White Lodge.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a very high-end, I mean, you guys have your act together. I mean, money-wise, I mean, overall, I mean, you guys are like the top of the top. I mean, the hotel's a lot.
Thank you.
This particular, your hotel system, White Lodging, is in very good standing, I mean, credit-wise, everything. So from my vantage point, I mean, I'm just looking for what the public is looking at the aspect of, you know, this hotel is imperative for, you know, the Harrison Square project to be successful. So from that vantage point, and I think it's a win-win for you in the long run, because I think overall it's going to be great for the Grand Lane and everything else. So
We are as excited today as we were, you know, a year and a half ago when we, and frankly even before that, you know, because we had been looking down here prior to that as well. So no, it is correct to say if, you know, I'd like to tell you it sooner. I'm hoping, frankly, that I'm under committing and we're going to overperform. But in this environment, you know, we were spoiled prior to 120 days ago.
I would agree with you. My
You know,
401k shows it.
You know, so.
But I appreciate your honesty, and I appreciate the commitment that you're forging forward with us. So thank you. I don't have any other comments.
If you're saying probably another 30 days to establish the loan, and then another 60 days after that to mobilize your equipment and everything, so that puts you about May. When would you estimate it to be done?
Our construction cycle is probably 15 months from the time we commence site work to open for guest ready. And that, frankly, that's another reason why our CFO's not here, because he's you know, he's tired of having me come down to his office. So that's another reason we're pushing. Is it sounds like this gentleman knows. I mean, that's the right time of year to open a hotel in Fort Wayne. So we've got a kind of an all hands on the deck here, and we're going to, as I said, within 30 days we'll know whether this lender's going to go hard on their commitment or not.